We've got 6 onboard cameras for you for this race. They're onboard Jaws, Ohio Steel, How Sweet It Is, High Risk, American Express, and Heavy Metal. 6 onboard cameras for Freeze Frame Video Productions. Now as we approach, there is Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal, Pat Izzo in for Anthony Izzo today. We're on board Heavy Metal. Took a 3rd place the other day. Has a real shot at the World Championship. Heavy Metal powered by Mercury. We're going to go on Ohio Steel, and here we are. Ohio Steel.
Yeah, Eric, go ahead. Was that you, Eric?
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We're just waiting for the start.
I think I see the turnboat. See that big son of a bitch sticking out there?
Is that it out there?
I don't know.
I think it's over here to the left some, John.
I see.
Almost, I think. I won't swear to it, but almost straight out when you come around, straight out from that buoy right there.
Ohio Steel took a 2nd place in the first race.
Straight out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the flag flying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
There's the orange smoke.
Aboard High Risk.
All right. Can I see it? Yeah, I know how to go there. Same comp setting as yesterday. Do I see the grass? Yeah. I'm gonna go wide way over that way.
How Sweet It Is with Carl Myers and Ed Collier. How Sweet It Is. Powered by Mercury. How sweet it is. 40-foot skater. Jaws. We're aboard Jaws now. 46-foot skater. Dennis Kaiser and Dave Wesseldike. We're going to go on board American Express with Yvonne Vines and Bill Ford.
Well, Jeff, we've come to the conclusion. We're going to do 1 of 3 things today. What are those 3 things, Mr. Davis?
Win? Die? You say the 3rd one.
Crash. Okay. We're not playing. And we're going for blood.
As you can hear, American Express is ready to rock and roll. We're going to go on board now, Ohio Steel, as we get ready for the green flag. Let's listen.
Go ahead, hit it. Wide open, Hurley, wide open.
That's all we got. That's it.
Okay.
Watch other boats.
Okay. Where the hell did they go? That's the turnboat ahead?
Come left, son. Come left. Come left. Come left. Come left. Okay, you got it.
All right, now we've got the green flag here in this 4th and final race of the 1996 World Championships here in Key West. We're on Ohio Steel and got the green. John Revin and Hurley Stepp, driver and throttle man, took a 2nd place in yesterday's race. They got a real good shot at the World Championship. Ohio Steel in open class.
Sir, it's all yours. Just clear to the inside.
I don't see a pillow.
You see it? Straight ahead.
On board Heavy Metal now, as we got the green. Heavy Metal. Izzo, the driver today. Joey Impressor, the throttle man. Brand new 46-foot skater, heavy metal. Rigged and maintained by TNT Custom Marine. Special thanks to the crew for getting this boat ready. Took a third place in the first race. Has a great shot at the World Championship here in open class, heavy metal. Pat Izzo and Joey Impressor. We got the green. We're underway. Paired by a pair of 900 horsepower Mercury engines, Mercruiser drives. Heavy metal heading into the first turn. Heavy metal. Back to our helicopter shot. There's Arasaki and Lightning Jacks. Arasaki and Lightning Jacks. But we're going to go to the leaders. Looking upfield, there is Nomad and Helly Hansen. Your leaders in open class. Nomad, the leader right now in open class. It's a 46-foot Douglas skater powered by two 970 horsepower Sterling inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver, Leif Farron. Throttleman is John Tomlinson. Nomad has 10 consecutive checkered flags in open class. Never been done before. The old record is about 6 checkered flags, so we're way beyond that. Nomad now has a chance to get 11 consecutive checkered flags with a win here today. Nomad, leader right now in open class. Great chance at the World Championship. Nomad, US 1. Nomad rigged and maintained by TNT Custom Marine out of Miami. Beautiful jump there. A lot of rock and roll, but no problem. Nomad in first place in open class. Nomad undefeated in the 1996 racing season with 10 consecutive checkered flags. Special thanks to Mr. Glenn Martin. Ohio Steel, top of the pack in open class. Ohio Steel is a 46-foot Douglas skater powered by two 900 horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercruiser drives. John Rippon, the driver. Hurley Stepp, the throttle man. Ohio Steel took a second place the other day. Has a real good shot at the World Championship in open class. Ohio Steel. There is Helly Hansen there on the outside. Helly Hansen. Looking upfield, Ohio Steel in open. 46-foot Douglas skater. Took a second place the other day. Has a real good chance at the World Championships here in open class. Ohio Steel. Special thanks to crew members Phil Nagy, Jim Stepp, and Eric Rebin. Also, special thanks to Jimmy Garlitz over at Mercury Marine and all the crew over at Lake X. Ohio Steel. John Rebin and Hurley Stepp aboard. On board now. Nomad on the outside. Nomad, your leader in open class. Battle here in open. Nomad and Ohio Steel in the early moments of this race. Fourth and final race in Key West. Ohio Steel powered by two 900 horsepower Mercury inboards. Nice throttling there, Hurley step. Back to a helicopter shot. Ohio Steel top of the pack in second place in open. Nomad, your leader in open right now. The waters are not as bumpy as everyone anticipated, even though we have a storm-shortened course. Open class going 90 miles or 6 laps. .46-foot Douglas skater powered by Mercury. There is Nomad slightly ahead in open class with Ohio Steel right behind. A battle in open class. In Super, there's Jaws coming in from the left. Jaws, a 46-foot Douglas skater powered by two 1,200 horsepower Kaiser Wesseldijk inboards with Arneson drives. Dennis Kaiser, the driver. Dave Wesseldijk, the throttle man. Jaws took a third place in the other race. On the outside, there is Ohio Steel. Jaws on the inside. As we were saying, Jaws took a third place the other day, has a real good shot at the World Championship. Jaws and Ohio Steel, Super and open class as we head into Mallory Square. A little closer up shot of Ohio Steel and Jaws. Many spectators in the background. Great vantage point for the race. Let's go on board Ohio Steel now. Take a look at what that looked like going into Mallory Square.
Jaws next to us. Make it tight. Make it tight. Okay, good, 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 good. Real good, real good.
Ohio Steel in second place in open class.
Go straight, go straight. Making a tight turn. Okay.
Back to a helicopter shot now. Ohio Steel on the outside. On the inside, it's Jaws as we head into Mallory Square. Once again, the many spectators here for the World Championships here in Key West. As we go by some of the cruise ships docked here in Key West Harbor. Helly Hansen there on the left side, crossing over into the path of Jaws. Helly Hansen in open class. Oh boy, they got hosed down big time. Jaws racing team. Helly Hansen crossed right over to the right side on the outside. Helly Hansen, there's Jaws on the inside as we go into the turn here in Mallory Square. Jaws Dennis Kaiser and Dave Wesseldike aboard Jaws. 46-foot Douglas Skater. As we see some of the spectator boats in the background, Jaws going around the turn. Heavy Metal behind Jaws on the right side. There is Heavy Metal, as we see, going by on the inside. Heavy Metal, Jaws on the outside. Jaws powered by two 1,200 horsepower Kaiser Wesseldike inboards with Arneson drives. As we see some of the spectator boats in the background. Jaws leaving Mallory Square. We'll go on board now, Jaws, to see what that hosing down looked like. There is Ohio Steel on the right side. Ohio Steel as we go into Mallory Square. We can hear those Lamborghinis from Helly Hansen coming in on the left side. Helly Hansen. You can see Helly Hansen now going across, and the spray hitting the windshield of Jaws. Jaws racing team there being hosed down, as you can see. Helly Hansen going across. Helly Hansen in open class. Jaws in super. Going around the turn, Mallory Square. Heavy Metal on the left side. Heavy Metal. Pat Izzo and Joey Impression. There is Jaws. Dennis Kaiser and Dave Wesseldike. Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal. Pat Izzo and Joey Impression. Heavy Metal 46-foot Douglas Skater powered by two 900 horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercruiser drives. Pat Izzo is the driver today. Joey Impression, the throttle man, on board now. On board Heavy Metal. And Joey Impression, the owner-operator of East Coast Marine on Long Island. Heavy Metal took a third place the other day. Has a shot here at the World Championship in open class. Special thanks to Nick and Pete over at East Coast Marine, and also John Tomlinson and Gary over at TNT Custom Marine. Nice driving there by Mr. Pat Izzo. Joey Impression on throttle. Back to our helicopter shot now. Heavy Metal. 46-foot Douglas Skater. Powered by Mercury. You're watching the 1996 Key West World Championships here in Key West. There's Jaws on the outside. Heavy Metal on the inside. This is the fourth and final race of the championships, the World Championships. Special thanks to Jimmy Garlitz over at Mercury Marine, and also all the crew over at Mercury's Lake X. Nice driving there by Patazzo. 46-foot Douglas skater. Going around the turn, Heavy Metal. There is Jaws on the outside. Jaws. Dennis Kaiser and Dave Wesseldike. There's Helly Hansen down and out of the race. We believe that right now in open class it's Nomad, Ohio Steel, and Heavy Metal 1, 2, and 3 with, as you saw, Helly Hansen out of the race. There is Heavy Metal now coming to the picture from the left. Heavy Metal. That is on Joey Impression. Jaws on the outside. Heavy Metal in open class, Jaws and Super. On board, Jaws now. Dennis Kaiser and Dave Wesseldike. Board Jaws. Back to Heavy Metal. Riveted, number 74, 38-foot Cougar, powered by two 940 horsepower Keith Eichert inboards with Arneson drive. The driver is James Said. He's from Manassas, Virginia. Throttle is Ken Silverman. Riveted has run every SBR race in this 1996 racing season. Riveted right now, running excellent in open class. Riveted. James Said and Ken Silverman. They are your national champions in SBR open class. .38-foot Cougar. Keith Eichert Power Plants. M69 Seahawk, a 31-foot Seahawk powered by two 700-horsepower Cobra power inboards with Mercruiser drives. The drivers Jesus Acevedo, navigator Lay Jesse Quinto, throttle man is Jose Acevedo. They're from Miami, Florida. Seahawk M69. Sponsors include TNG Marine and Seahawk Boat Corporation. Special thanks to Tommy Evans of TNG Marine, world champion custom rigger, rigging Seahawk M69 31-foot Seahawk. Heading into Mallory Square. Seahawk going under a helicopter. There once again is Seahawk. Jesus Acevedo, Lay Jesse Quinto, and Jose Acevedo. Driver, navigator, and throttle man. M691 CT Peppers, a 36-foot skater powered by two 870-horsepower Teague inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver, George Stancombe. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. Throttleman Ricky Ford from California. CT Peppers currently in second place right now. If it continues in this position, right now it is behind In Contempt, but if it continues in second place, it will be your world champion in M class. CT Peppers took a checkered flag in the first race. Special thanks to CT Peppers in Indiana. CT Peppers with a real good shot at the World Championship. It just maintains the status quo. Nice throttling job there by Ricky Ford. George Stancombe, the driver. Currently in second place. Nice jump there, CT Peppers. Bumping in spots here in Key West. Of course, we're running a storm-shortened course. Cool temperatures, real windy out here. CT Peppers in second, but with a shot at the World Championship if it stays right where it is. In Contempt, your leader in M class. In Contempt, as we look upfield, you can see the distance between In Contempt and CT Peppers. And there is In Contempt M13, a 36-foot Douglas skater powered by two 870-horsepower Sterling inboards with Mercruiser drive. The driver, Pat Patel. He's from Brick, New Jersey. Throttleman is Doug Lewis, also from Brick, New Jersey. In Contempt right now, smoking around the course, dominating M class. In Contempt is in first place. Also had a great first lap in the first race, but had problems after that, but did very, very well in the first race in the first lap. Of course, the world champion will be the one with the highest total for the combined 2 races. Right now in contempt, though, is doing very well in first place. Right now in this second race, M13, a 36-foot Douglas skater. Listen to those Sterling inboards. In concept number 1. Going around the turn, Team Pepsi on the outside. How sweet it is on the inside. Team Pepsi in the modified. How sweet it is in open class. There is Team Pepsi and How Sweet It Is. How Sweet It Is with Carl Myers and Ed Collier. How Sweet It Is in open class, a 40-foot Douglas skater powered by 2 900 horsepower Mercury inboards. With Mercruiser drives, Carl Myers the driver, throttle Ed Collier. How Sweet It Is currently in 4th place. Now, How Sweet It Is took a 4th in the first race and is currently, as we said, 4th right now behind Nomad, Ohio Steel, and Heavy Metal. And as it is right now, it seems to be a carbon copy in the positioning as it was in the first race. On board now, How Sweet It Is. Special thanks to Jimmy Garlitz over at Mercury Marine and the rest of the crew over at Lake X. Also, special thanks to Sweeteners Plus, their main sponsor. Also, Darren LaChance. And special thanks to Dave for transporting the boat to the race. How Sweet It Is, 40-foot Douglas skater. Back to our helicopter shot. Carl Myers and Ed Collier. Back on board, How Sweet It Is. Watching the 4th and final race of the World Championships now. We're winding down. We already know the world champions in the smaller boats. Now waiting the results after this race, of course, of the bigger boats. Bumping out there, this is a storm-shortened course. Chilly temperatures and bumping spots. Nice driving there by Carl Myers, Ed Collier, the throttle man, as we're heading into Mallory Square. Powered by 2 900 horsepower Mercury inboards. And back to a helicopter shot. How sweet it is. 40-foot Douglas skidder. P-69 American Express 35-foot motion powered by three 2.5 EFIs. Giovanni Vives and Bill Ford aboard American Express P-69. Now, you might remember these guys were talking in the millenary about being out for blood. Well, they are dominating pro stock right now. They are your leader in first place in P-69 American Express. Giovanni Vives and Bill Ford keeping their promise. Special thanks to American Express, also H2 Optics, and a special thanks to Mona at Comfort Inn for the great rooms and hospitality. The Grand Argentina on the outside, the Grand Argentina. Three 2.5 EFIs. Nice throttling job there by Bill Ford.
How about those boats in front of us?
They're not going to start. Get on his inside. Get on his inside.
At the start, American Express.
Over to the right. Left, left.
Kamikaze on the left side. Kamikaze.
How's it feel, big guy?
Feels good.
Little over to the left. They're all going the wrong place. To the right. To the right. To the right. To the right. They're all going the wrong place. To the right. 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 Hard right. Hard right.
It's so good, man.
Great job, Giovanni Vives and Bill Ford. A lot of rocking and rolling, a lot of spraying there on the windshield.
There's restore. We're right there. Turn, turn, turn. Turn, turn, turn. All right, we're still in the hunt. Into the inside, into the inside.
A lot of hanging and banging in this 1996 Key West World Championship. A lot of waves hitting this 35-foot motion. Back to a helicopter shot. American Express P-69, number one right now in P class. Nice job, Giovanni Vives and Bill Ford.
Get ready, hammer.